Okay. Good evening. Let us start our discussions. The topic that I'm going to use today is Parabhava Sutta, the cause of downfall. In Sutta Nipata, you can see this Sutta. The reason that I thought to discuss this Sutta, as we know, we started to discuss about mindfulness. Yesterday, briefly, we mentioned about defilements, five hindrances, tendencies, tames, all these things we just mentioned in briefly. So, our goal is to develop mindfulness. So then, which is against the mindfulness, that is our defilements. How much we can control our defilements, that much we can increase our mindfulness. So this is the deal that we have in our practice. We practice teachings of the Buddha particularly to increase our wholesomeness. Mindfulness is one, great quality when we regarding our wholesomeness. So in this particular sutta, talking about barriers regarding our defilements, why we are driving into defilements, why defilements are arising in our mind. So as a result of that defilements, what is happening to our life? All these things are there, but particularly downfall. You are losing your qualities. You are increasing your stress. You are developing your worries. This is the downfall mean. Stress should be there, unhappy thoughts should be there, and same time you are losing your quality as human quality. When we start to live without human qualities, so we are in really trouble. No any happy stages there. So we can be happy through our human qualities. When we losing our human qualities, our happiness also going away. So particularly in this discourse, it's explained the way how we lose our human qualities, the way how we decrease our happiness. So that's why I thought better to discuss this sutta today as introductory things. This meditation retreat is introduction to meditation. So to develop your energy, to develop your effort, you need some information. Regarding what? Regarding the purpose of this meditation, regarding the purpose of practicing generosity, regarding the purpose of observances of precepts. So we have to give some information for you to develop your energy and effort to apply this method into our day-to-day life. Parabhava Sutta supplements it by pointing out the cause of downfall. He who allows himself to become dull by these imperfections of conduct blocks his own road to worldly, moral, and spiritual progress and loses all that is truly noble and human in man. So it is very clear. We'll see how it's happening to us. So most of the facts that mentioned in that sutta is alive. We can experience, we can see through the society. And we sometimes perhaps we can see the results of that situations, what is happening to human life. What kind of situation should be there with that our friends, family members, it might be closer one, We'll see. The first one, easily known, is the progresses one. Easily known, he who declines. He who loves Dhamma progresses. He who is averse to it declines. Very important thing is, first thing, if you not interested to practice Dhamma, Dhamma means don't take as a teachings of the Buddha. Dhamma means universal law. Universal law. We all are under universal law. In the constitution in India, we have sentences, we all are under the law. But that law, under we are under the law only in the United States. So universal law is the law, no one can go beyond that. Perhaps in this country, presidents and other powerful people can go beyond the law. You can see in the history and even the present moment, some people are manipulating the law. They have path what they wanted to do, but the universal law doesn't have any path. No one can go beyond that. Universal law is the law. No one can change. No one create that law. So Dhamma laws mean they respect the universal law. What are the universal law? Very simply, when we're talking about the 5 precepts, it is universal law. When we're talking about 5 precepts, as you know, there are 5 things. Not to kill, not to steal, not to lie, not to adultery, not to use drugs and alcohol. You may not agree with me, the 5th one, drugs and alcohol. Other all facts are very simple. Everybody can understand these are universal. But the 5th one also universal. Unfortunately, in modern society, it had become a tradition in human world. No one can perform any kind of gatherings without using drugs or alcohol, unfortunately. Very unfortunate situation is some people who are performing kind of wholesome deeds, meritorious deeds, even they are not able to perform their meritorious deeds without using drugs and alcohol. Traditional Buddhist people, they know the nature, the secret of that. Not only traditional Buddhists, even other religions also say they all are in same boat. But anyway, these are universal law. Why we not supposed to not kill? Why we supposed to abstain from killing? Why? What is the reason? It is regarding the life. I like my life. If someone try to disturb me, I don't like it. So therefore, I have to respect that law. So I am abstaining from killing because I like my life. As a first thing, I have to respect other life to protect my life. This is the great concept that we have to keep in our mind. It is natural law. Regarding that natural law, there are some other explanations. According to the Buddhist explanation, the Buddha said, what you sow, the things that you can reap according to you, the things that you sow. Newton said in his third theory, every action has a reaction. But Buddha said, not every action. The Buddha said, every volitional action has a reaction. This is the difference with Newton and the Buddha. But unfortunately, Newton's theory is very popular. The Buddha's theory came to world 2,600 years ago. That theory is not popular because in human history, we did a mistake. Teachings of the Buddha we put into the religious basket. That is the mistake done by a human being, the greatest mistake. The teachings of the Buddha not belongs to any religion. The Buddha did not want to create a religion. When Buddha born to this world, there were 61 religions in India. He did not want to introduce 62. He didn't want to increase that number. What he did, he went against all the religions. But unfortunately, because of our weakness, because of our thinking ability, we started to practice teachings of the Buddha as a religion. As a religion. But it is very scientific method that we can apply to develop our human quality, to respect the natural law. To respect the natural law. This is a very important thing. I am part of this universe. All are part of this universe. So therefore, I have rights to live in here. All other living beings also have same rights as me. No difference. That is universal law. So who loves Dhamma means who loves, who take care, who respect the universal law. That is the meaning of who loves Dhamma. Otherwise, not just the teachings of the Buddha. So it is, if someone don't love, if someone no interest regarding Dhamma, it means it is a reason to lose their qualities. It is a reason to reduce their happiness. Why? They don't love the Dhamma. Dhamma, natural law. They don't respect the natural law. So that's the one thing that we have to keep in our mind. The wicked are dear to him. With the virtues he finds no delight. He prefers the creed of the wicked. This is cause of one's downfall. The same thing in another way. Wicked are dear to him. Always polluted minds, polluted ideas, unwholesome thoughts, unwholesome ideas are the things that they like. Definitely we know you lose your happiness. You lose your human quality with that wicked thoughts, wicked mind. Because you like, you always engage with that wicked minds and wicked people, wicked ideas and thoughts, which is related to unwholesome thoughts. So now we have to think about our life pattern, our traditions, the way how we perform, the way how we should perform it. We have to think about. For example, you know, some cultures, traditionally, killing is nothing for some cultures. It is not a big deal in some cultures, killing. Oh, that's fine. Finish that. Ready to accept it. But it's look like okay, but when we are dealing with our mind, it is not okay. Why? Stress is there. To kill someone, we have to develop two things, desire and hatred. Desire and hatred is the main roots to kill any living beings. Any living being. Desire and hatred. Directly we can see, but ignorance is there behind. So why we like wicked one always driving us into wrong directions, and those wrong directions you can see with the unwholesome activities, with that killing, stealing, indulgence, all these things are there with that wicked mind, wicked unwholesome thoughts. Unwholesome thoughts, always very easy things. For example, to do good, to be a good person, how much advice, what kind of trainings we need? At the beginning of our life, we go to school at least 10 years, 13 years. For what? To be a good person, to be a skillful person. And gathering all informations and taking that training, we are trying to be a good person. But to become a thief, if there is any school or university, to do bad things, unwholesome things, is there any training program? No. This is the nature of our undeveloped mind. So then we have that negativity. It is the negative thoughts are kind of thoughts that we always like to connect. Negative thoughts. Spend time just talking, blah, 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 blah. It is very easy. No need any guidance. No need any schedules for that. Just blah, 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 blah. We can spend hours and hours and hours. We don't feel any tired. But when we start to have discussions, meaningful discussions, and to take some advices for the life, it's very difficult for us. It is very difficult for us. It is not easy for us. For example, naturally we have intention, a very strong intention to continue these kind of blah blah things. We all have same experience. Just think about to watch a movie. Interesting movie is there. It might be take 2 hours or 2.5 hours or 3 hours, or I don't know exactly what time, but you don't care about it. Only popcorn you need to have. That's it. Sitting on couch and turning on your TV, you can spend there hours and hours and hours. You don't want to even go to bathroom. That much interest, energy is there. But just think about, there is an interesting talk. Someone giving a talk regarding your wholesomeness, to develop your wholesome idea, thoughts. That one is not interest that much. We listen to that and thinking, when he's going to end? When he is going to end? When he is going to end? That is the thought always coming to our mind. We are thinking about the end of that talk. We don't want to continue it. But when we start to see movie, no care, we can stay there. Whatever happening outside, we don't care. It's happening. This is the nature of our unwholesome mind. So that's why wicked are dear to him. All these are unwholesome. Think about in modern day what is happening to our society. What is happening to our human life? We are losing our most of human qualities. We are decreasing our human abilities, particularly thinking ability. Years ago, people who lived in this world, without electronic gadgetic, they were able to live happily and peacefully. They did not want to get the weather report from through their phone. Seeing sky, looking at birds, leaves, and cloud, they can say what is happening. Whether it's going to be rain or not, they can say. But today, if we don't have weather reports, we don't know what is happening next, in next moment. We are very decrease our abilities, skills. Dear friends, according to archaeological excavations in Sri Lanka, there's a stupa, pagoda, 2000 years ago, they had lightning protected system. 2000 years ago, they had lightning protected system in Sri Lanka. In India, in 16th century, there were universities. Nalanda, Ogandala, Jagatapuri, there were 5 universities. Each and every university had medical faculty. In 16th century, running by monks, Buddhist monks. It says in the history, one of university, as I remember, Nalanda University, they had medical faculty, law faculty, and they had faculty to do some research about solar system. So those days we did not have any of these instruments what we are using today, because our thinking capacity was very vast, well developed. So we as human beings were very powerful those days. But today we are very unfortunate, completely dependent on electronic gadget. If we don't have GPS, even we are not able to find a road where we are supposed to go using our common sense. That much weaknesses are there with us, because what happened? We are dear to unwholesome things. We are dear to unwholesome things. We are very happy to have something to develop our laziness, something to develop our comfort. Always we are thinking about our comfort. We don't think about our abilities, the way how we should develop, because of this nature. We have nature driving into unwholesome thoughts, unwholesome directions. We have interest regarding unwholesome, weak, blind things. So as a result of that, we are losing our qualities. So this sermons given by the Buddha 2600 years ago, even today we can see exactly what is, how true the truth is, the deliverance by the Buddha. That's why we downforce. We lose our qualities, we lose our abilities. We completely dependent on others, particularly with so many gadgematic. We are depending on. We think we are living in 21st century. We are the most powerful people in the world. Compare it with the people who were there in 20th centuries and 19th centuries. We think so, but it is completely wrong. People who were there 20th century, 19th century, and 18th century, they were powerful than us through their mind. Their ability was very success and powerful than us. We are very unfortunate, completely dependent on others. Because we love lazy things. We love to have easy life. We don't want to pay much energy to develop something. We like to take everything very easily. Being fond of sleep, fond of company, indulge, lazy and irritable, this is cause of one's downfall. Don't you think? It is. You can experience yourself. You can experience, you can see this nature yourself. As we know, basic requirements are there to sleep. It is kind of basic things for us, but we have to make boundaries there. Talking with others, having company. By our birth, we have a company. We born to a family. So, and then later on, we create our own family. So we are in company. We are not alone. That is our nature. So, but we have to maintain boundaries and limits there. If we don't have that boundaries and limits, so we are driving into wrong directions. We are wasting our time and energy. Wasting time and energy, nothing to gain. We are losing our abilities, qualities, and everything. So being born as a human being, that is not our duty. That is not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to develop our energy and effort and to make and to give a meaning of our life. That is our responsibility. We have to give a meaning to this life. We born as a human being, not supposed to end our life without doing nothing to the world. That is not our meaning of human life. So meaning of human life is we have to give a meaning. We have to increase our humanity, human qualities, as well as our skills as human beings. So sleepiness or indulgence with the companies and blah 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 blah, we don't we don't have any chance or any development of our qualities or anything. No one can see through these activities. That's why we have to maintain boundaries there, limits there. But around the world, what is happening? The same thing is happening. This is kind of very different things with different angle. Though being well to do, not to support father and mother who are old and past their youth, this is cause of one's downfall. Perhaps someone may not agree, but these are the advices given by the Buddha. Why? We born to this world with the help of our parents. We born to this world with the help of our parents. There is that bondage is very strong. The most powerful bondage is there with the children and parents. This powerful bondage is something that we have to keep forever. No reasons to lose this powerful bondage. The Buddha said, if your parents are not devout, help them to develop their faith, particularly regarding wisdom, and help them to practice their spiritual, to gain some spiritual development. Help them. So there's no way to skip them. There is no way to abandon them. Whatever they do, they might have very bad behavior. They might have very weak human quality. It doesn't matter. You're not supposed to abandon them. You have to keep them and you have to help them to develop their insight. Why? The blood that you have in your body, you got from your parents. You got your parents. The breath is the most important thing that you have in your life. Where did you get that? You got it from your parents. So whatever you have said, this is mine. All these things coming from your parents. So therefore, we don't have any ownership for this body. Basically, this body belongs to mother. This body belongs to mother. She was keeping this body inside her womb more than 9 months. She took care. And after my birth, Another few years, she did wonderful job. As a result of that wonderful job, I can walk properly, I can do things properly, I can see things properly, I can hear things properly. All these parts are working well. If my mother or father did not help me, how would be the nature of my these faculties? I may not be able to use any of these faculties. I may not be able to communicate with others. It's happening. There are stories. You can go to search a story, Anna's story. As I remember in 2000, it's happened. Anna. It means there was a girl they found 13 years later in UK. That baby was keeping in their basement. They did not give any chance for her to learn. At the age 13, she did not have any disability, mentally particularly, but she couldn't walk. She couldn't wear any clothes. She don't know how to eat properly as human beings. So after giving her to a group of psychologists, sociologists, and education specialists, as well as doctors. And they did not find anything regarding her mental disability. They said her brain is fine. And what is the problem? Socialization is the problem. They did not talk any words, so she did not get any chance to learn any words. They did not communicate anyway with her. Only things they provide food for her. So she did not grow up as normal kid. So then she was stuck with that original things, original abilities. So you can see that story. When you go to Google, you can see that. So then, how important are your parents? Your parents are very important. That's why the Buddha in Singalovada Sutta, giving advice to Singala, the young person named Singala, the Buddha said, your parents are like east. Eastern directions is the directions that you get sun. Sun is arising from eastern. Our parents also like that. They are the energy for us. They are giving energy. They are planting so many things in this body to become a good human. To become a good human. They are giving us the language to communicate with others. They are giving us a culture to be a civilized person. They are introducing us norms, values, taboos, law, everything to be a good person. So, whatever abilities we have, all these abilities planted by our parents into our life. Therefore, we know the nature. When they were young, they help us, they create us. When we are becoming young, they are falling down to old age, and their ability is decreasing, is the nature. So helping them, we can develop our happiness as well as their happiness. That's why Buddha said, take care of them, help them if they need any help, support them mentally as well as physically. There is a story coming from, I think, in Zen Buddhism, that story coming. The story was, I would like to share that story with you to understand this statements that Buddha said. One day, early in the morning, in the temple, monks were sweeping outside. That's happening in traditional Asian temples. While they were sweeping outside, they heard a sound from the gate, entrance of the temple. So then they were looking, they found a box, parcel is there, and they open it. In that box, in that parcel, there was a baby, newborn baby. I mean, things are happening. So then these monks took him to temple and keeping there made an announcement. Okay, we found a baby in front of the entrance of the temple. If someone belongs or you have your children lost or something, please come and take it. Few days, nobody appears. So in their ownership. So then monks decided to grow up this baby in the temple with the help of devotees who are coming to the temple. Now that baby is growing, they are with the monks. When the time comes, now you know, baby is getting ready to go to preschools to learn something to develop their skills. As the first time when he go to school, pre-K, he found same age other kids and they were coming, I mean, when they were playing together, they were having some kind of discussions. They were telling, the particularly other kids who are coming from other places, they were telling about their mother, father, and uncles, aunts, brothers and sisters. But this young fellow doesn't have anyone. He got shocked. And somehow, the day that came back to temple, staying in his room, he was kind of upset because he was telling to himself, my friends have mother, father, brothers and sisters, and grandparents, uncles, aunts, all these relatives, but I don't have. I have only a monk in here, chief monk and other little monks, and the friends who are coming to temple. He was very upset. And then he was whispering, if my mother comes, I don't want to talk to her. If my father comes, I don't want to talk to him. I don't like my mother, father. I'm angry. So then these words, when he was whispering, heard by the chief monk. So then the chief monk invited him to come to the chief monk. He went there. So they started the conversation. Okay. What do you think? Do you like money? Yes. Yes, Bhante, I like money. What do you think if someone giving, according to this country, in this culture, someone giving $10, I'm very happy. I'm taking that saying thank you. Okay, very good. If someone giving $100, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I want to say thank a lot. Okay, very good. Think about things this way. Someone ready to give you $100, asking a part of your finger. What do you think? You ready to give part of your finger, taking that $100? And that young fellow was looking, turning here and there. No, I need my finger. Without my finger, how I can type my lace? How I can put in buttons in my shirts? How I can write letters? holding pen or pencil? No, 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 no. I don't need that $100. I like to keep my finger, part of my finger. Okay. If someone coming to you and asking, giving $1,000 part of your hand, what do you think? You ready to give part of your hand for $1,000? He was quite surprised and interested, but turning his hands here and there and said, "No, I don't want to do that. Why? Without my hand, how I can do this work? I want to go to school. I want to learn. I want to play with my friends. I want to wear my shirts, t-shirts. So without my hands, how I can do? Not only that, even I want to eat. How I can eat without my hand? No, I don't know that $1,000. I like to keep my hand." So the monk turned into him and then said, "See, part of your body is unvaluable. You can't give a price for your part of your body. Where did you get this body? You got it from your parents. Don't worry whether they are coming to see you or not. Don't worry. Don't develop angry thought toward them. Why? They already gave you unvaluable things. Unvaluable things. So this is kind of great lessons even for us to think about ourselves. That's why we have to help our parents when they need. That's why we have to support our parents when they need. So if someone not support their parents, then it is a cause to lose your human quality and greatness of your humanity. It is a cause. Not only that, explaining in mortal karma, there are 5 karmas. The most greatest and highest karma. If someone killing your mother or father, own mother or father, they don't have any chance to attain enlightenment in this very life. They don't have any chance. They definitely going to take place in hell. In hell, no chance. It's happening. So therefore, this is the way how do they explain about this parents and kids relationship. This is the world. Without parents, we are not here. So being parents, we are ready to help others. Another group. This is the way how it's go generation to generation. So therefore, in human life, to develop our humanity, parents-kids relationship is one of great thing. One of great thing. We're not supposed to lose that opportunity. We have to use that opportunity. Anyone can use it because we born to this world with the help of our parents, and we are creating another family, becoming parents. So then one time we live as kids, another time we ready to live as parents. So this relationship is the relationship the most important in this human world. So we have to respect it. If we are respected, we are losing our wholesomeness. To deceive by falsehood, a Brahmin or ascetic or any other mendicant, this is cause for one's fall down. This is regarding telling lie. Cheating someone is not good, but I mean, generally, someone try to uh, tell lies, to cheat someone, thinking of your own benefits. To gain something yourself, you want to cheat someone else. So it's in here particularly mentioned Brahmin or ascetic or any other mendicant. It means particularly mentioned in here someone who is trying to develop their insight, who is practicing to develop their insight, giving meaning for their life. So we not supposed to cheat them. We not supposed to do any kind of harmful things for them. It is kind of reasons to lose our quality. Why? They are the people who are practice as well as they are the people who are transferring this wholesome path to next generation. It is something, just think about it. Particularly thinking the teachings of the Buddha, if monks are not in this world, how would be the teachings of the Buddha? Do you think that we can keep the Dhamma teachings of the Buddha without monks? It is impossible. In 17th century, in Sri Lanka, according to history, it says, we did not have well-educated monks in 17th century. We did not have well-educated monks. During that time, people who were looking, searching to learn Dhamma was not able to find good guidance to learn Dhamma. But all the books were there because teachings of the Buddha written on books more than 1,500 years ago in Sri Lanka. But we did not have well-educated monks. So therefore, the people who were there in 17th century struggled to realize the Dhamma. They were struggling themselves to understand the teachings of the Buddha. Therefore, without order, the protections of Dhamma is not easy to do. That's why we have to respect people who are practicing and who are developing their insight. We're not supposed to cheat them. We're not supposed to disturb them. It is reasons, it is cause of one's downfall. To have much wealth and ample gold and food, but they enjoy one's luxuries alone, this is a cause of one's downfall. Person who has wealth and all the facilities, he not supposed to enjoy himself. He have to share with others, share with the friends, family members, and neighbors, and the citizens of the country. Why? Just think about the wealth that person have. Using that wealth, he is ready to generate more and more wealth. For what? Only according to the situations in here, maximum years that they can live, 90, 95, very rarely 100. Very rarely. So during that time, some people who earn a lot of money, can they finish their money? No, they can't. That's why Mr. Bill Gates started some projects in African countries to share his wealth, help people, and to give them educations and provide facilities health-wise. So, because he knew himself, keeping this money, at the end, all the money become useless. Steve Jobs died at the age 50s. Then what about his wealth? Can he use any more that wealth? No. He can't use anywhere any of these things, benefits for himself. So therefore, during the time that we are living, we have to share things with others. It is an opportunity for us to develop our human quality. So greediness is something not that we have to develop. Greenness directly goes our humanity. So practicing generousness is the great support that we can take to develop, to increase our human quality. That's why we're not supposed to uh, enjoy alone with these luxuries. Luxuries means the wealth that you already earn. We have to share with others. There are suttas explain the way how we can share the wealth. The sutta name few suttas are there. The famous one is the one I mentioned before, Sigalovada Sutta and Mahamangala Sutta, I just mentioned yesterday. All these suttas are explained the way how we can support others, share things with others. So generousness is very important quality as human beings to uplift our humanity. Therefore, we are not supposed to enjoy our wealth alone ourselves. We have to share with others. To be proud of birth, of wealth, or clan, and to despise one's own kinsmen, this is a cause of one's downfall. So pride is not something that we're supposed to develop. You have to think about all the time. We have to develop equanimity, not to develop pride, conceit. Contentment is the most important thing in this very life. Be a humble person. In Karani Metta Sutta, there are few qualities that we are supposed to develop ourselves if we are looking some kind of the spiritual development. So the one is humble, gentle and humble. These qualities are very important. Not only to attain enlightenment, even to live as human beings in this world. We have to develop this quality. Therefore, pride is not something that we have to develop. We have to reduce our pride. We have to develop our humble, gentle qualities. Humbleness, gentle, all these qualities are very important in this world life to be happy, to be a successful person. To be a drunkard and gambler, and as well all one's earns, this is cause of one's downfall. I don't want to explain these things. You know better than me about these things. You know better than these things. I have been many times Las Vegas City. I have met so many people who are living with kids. Last week I was there having a conversation with one person who is living there. He was telling me a secret. Bhante, you know the secret in here? There are free bus to go to Los Angeles. Okay, that's good. For what? People, when they come to do gambling, when they are lost money, sometimes they're ready to sell their car and other valuable things. They don't have money to go back to their places. Therefore, we have free bus in here to go to Los Angeles. They don't want to keep that burdens themselves. What they do, they are they are supporting them, providing transport, go to another city, live there. So this is happening. I don't know whether truth or not. Someone says so. But anyway, we have live experience regarding losing their wealth and mental health and everything. They lose everything because of their addictions, drugs, alcohol, gambling, because of all these things. It is I think this is the most things that most people can experience in this world. Most people can experience in this world. I have met some people who were considered as a very rich, higher people, and at the end, they end up their life living on the streets. I have met people. I remember years ago, while I was helping homeless people, I met a guy, and he was quite interesting person. Therefore, I wanted to have more conversation with him. I took him to discuss many things, and then he said, "Reverend, I'm an engineer." Okay, yes, I can see. And then I had everything: luxurious house, luxurious boat, luxury cars. I had everything. After my retirement, within in 3 years, I became homeless, living on the street. What is the secret? What is the secret? Addiction. The first one is addictions. Second one, he lost his family. Lost family means his wife got divorced, half of wealth went to her, and then he started to drink and gambling. His brothers are there, doctors, engineers. Sisters are there, very wealthy family people, members are there. But unfortunately, he ended up his life living on the street. I have been working with these people. I know the nature. But what is the secret was there? So these are true examples to think about ourselves. Therefore, there is nothing, no chance in this life to develop your life going into any of these bad, unwholesome behavior. Definitely, all these behaviors, all these actions ended up with full of suffering life. Not regarding the dukkha in Buddhism, painful life in this very life. Not to be content with one's own wife, husband, and to be seen with the harlots and the wives, husbands of others, this is cause of one's downfalls. This one is related to the first one that we discussed. If someone doesn't have that satisfactions, so they might waste their time, they might waste their money. This one also you have experienced than me. I don't want to give more explanations. Just keep in your mind. Be past one's youth to take a young wife or young husband and to be unable to sleep for jealousy of her. This is cause of one's downfall. Jealousy also not good things. This is in Parabhava Sutta. We are talking about Sutta Nipada Parabhava Sutta. It does mention. I don't know anything regarding this. You can see through the society, whether it is true or not, how suffer that person is. You can see it yourself. To be of noble birth with vast ambitions and of the slender means and to crave for rulership. This is cause of one's downfall. Greediness appear in different ways. Things that you have here, you don't care. But things that you don't have, you don't reach yet, you have ambitions for that. So having that ambitions without thinking your skills, you just maintain that ambitions and thoughts. So as result of that maintenance, you waste your time and energy. So we not supposed to have that greedy thoughts with us. We have to maintain our mind living in this present moment. We have to live in the present moment, not regarding the future, not regarding the past. So we can get very good support to manage our time and to manage our workloads that we have to finish. So that's why we don't need to have that greediness. Knowing well this cause of downfall in the world, the noble sage endured with insight shares a happy realm. So if someone practice their life with regarding spirituality, and if they are developing their mind without wasting time and energy, they can protect their life and they can go high level realms. It means they can develop their happiness. If they are not happy now, they can gain their happiness. Just protecting their life without turning to these unwholesome actions, without going into these unwholesome things to their life. So these are very practical things. These are not something to keep just on books. These are not something to develop just debates. These are something not just to worship. These are not regarding any rituals. These are regarding spiritual life and to give a meaning for our human life. So at the end, we are searching happiness. We sacrifice our whole energy, life, and time to be happy. So protecting from these kind of things, we can gain our happiness. We can gain our happiness. Happiness is part of our mindfulness. We can create happiness, we can develop happiness, developing our mindfulness. To develop our mindfulness, yes, absolutely, we have to have these kind of protections also. All these facts that we discuss from the sutta regarding sila, moral, discipline. At the end, we can reach, we can develop fear as well as shame to do bad, to do unwholesome things. So that is the maximum resource that we can develop, that we can gain through this practice. These facts are regarding sila. So sila is important thing regarding our practice, as I mentioned. Meditation is just not enough to develop our mindfulness. We have to think about our sila. We have to develop our generousness. And with the help of these three activities, we can develop our mindfulness. Not just mindfulness, even we can gain concentration, we can gain wisdom. That is our ambitions. Being born as a human being, we are trying to establish our happiness. To establish our happiness, we need wisdom. Without wisdom, there is no way to establish our happiness. So this is about regarding Parabhava Sutta. So then we can end the talk today. Let's go to take a break, and then we can come. You can go to yoga practice. After yoga practice, again we will meet here to have Q&A session. Whatever questions we have, we can put into that box in Sangha board, so we can discuss. Thank you very much.